When building a car audio system, there are many things to consider. But if I had to choose a few simple things that will have a drastic effect on how your car stereo system sounds, these are my top 6. If you're new to car audio, then this will be your cliff notes to an industry that can be daunting. And if you're a veteran, then these are good reminders. So hang with us as we go over the top 6 things to know when building your car audio system. Hey, what's up? I'm Josh from Breaker Stereo and Performance. And I've been at this car audio thing since I was in high school. So I've been around the block a few times. And I've been setting up car audio systems for the last 3 decades. So here are my top 6 things to know when setting up your car audio system. Newbies and old heads alike, keep these 6 things in mind to make sure you'll set up your system right. Number 1, it all starts at the source. No matter how much you spend on speakers and amplifiers, if the source, where the music starts, which is the head unit, is not good, then you're wasting your money. Invest in a head unit with 4 volts or higher on the RCA pre-outs. The cost difference is minimal. Now, if you're using your original OEM stereo, then invest in a good line-out converter or LOC, like the ones made by Wavetech or Audio Control. Although the better route is to get an LOC with a digital signal processor that has features like time alignment, summing, now that's for another video, crossovers, and multi-band equalizers. Now these digital signal processors, or DSPs, can go even well beyond what a head unit can do. So even if you're running an aftermarket head unit, it can be a huge benefit to add a DSP unit because it all starts at the source. Okay, number 2, mo power, mo better. Now the secret to long-lasting, good-sounding audio equipment is power, and here's why. Number 1, power allows you to reach the speaker's full potential because lack of power will take speakers into distortion quicker. And 2, more power allows for more headroom, meaning you don't have to work the amplifier so hard to reach the speaker's power rating. Here's an example. Let's say you have a woofer that's rated at 500 watts RMS and you purchase a 750 watt amp. When tuning your amp, you won't have to turn up the gain as high to get to 500 watts. So it will run cooler. Now remember, heat is the enemy to all things electrical and mechanical. And the higher the gain is on the amp, the hotter it will get. And heat creates distortion, and the heat created by distortion on a speaker will burn the coil. And on amplifiers, it will take it into thermal. So to increase the longevity of your amps and speakers, overpower your speakers. Now don't get me wrong, don't buy a 3000 watt amplifier to run a speaker that's rated at 500 watts, but 20 to 25% over what the speaker is rated will work, because more power, more better. Number 3, what do you listen to? Now if you walk into our store, our sales associate will ask you this question, because what you listen to will determine what gear will point you to. Here are our 3 top answers: hip hop, rock, and everything. Okay, so for our hip hop customer, we're gonna go with a vented box with a set of 12s. This will give us tons of bass in the 35 to 45 hertz range, where most hip hop beats are focused on. If you're a rock guy, we're doing 10s in a sealed box. This will give us nice, accurate bass and keep up with snappy drums and bass guitars. And for our everything guy, we're gonna do 12s in a sealed box. This gives us a little bit of both, with the deep bass being reproduced because of the larger woofer, but also accurate because the box is sealed and not tuned to a certain frequency. So when picking out a subwoofer and a subwoofer box, it's important to know what you listen to. And number 4, deaden those doors. Now think about this. A speaker, no matter what size, will always perform better in a dense enclosure. And the door of a vehicle is almost the exact opposite of the optimal speaker environment. It's made of metal and there's openings all over it. Now, of course, speaker manufacturers design speakers with that in mind, but you can drastically improve the sound of the speaker, especially for the mid-bass frequencies, by deadening the doors, both front and back, with deadening material. Now, there are lots of companies out there that make it, but SoundSkins and Dynamat are some of our top brands. Now, SoundSkins even makes speaker rings that attach to the front of the speaker, creating a wedge between the speaker's cone and the inner door panel, thus forcing the sound out directly through the grille, eliminating any loss that might escape into the cavity of the door. Now, of course, you should deaden other areas of the vehicle where you get energy loss or to prevent rattling, but most importantly, deaden those doors. Number 5, say no to CCA. Now, I know it's tempting to buy cheap amp kits that are made of CCA, but investing in OFC Oxygen-free copper is better for two reasons. Number one, it conducts better, so you will get better performance out of your amplifiers. And number two, it will last longer. I can't tell you how many times we get cars in from other shops where they use CCA and the wire under the hood has corroded. If you're shopping online and you see a 4-gauge amp kit for 29 bucks, that's CCA. But be prepared to pay $2 to $3 a foot for OFC. It's worth the investment. So say no to CCA and buy OFC. All right, and finally, number 6, spend money on the front stage speakers. Now, the front stage is one of the most important components of your car's audio system. It's the source where the majority of your sound comes from, so it's important to have good speakers. If you set a budget for your system, then take some of that money and pour it into the front speakers and take it away from the rear. There's a term we use in the car audio industry for rear speakers, and it's called rear fill. So we're just filling the space. It's not our focal point. Our focal point is the front stage. So make sure you get some good speakers for your staging. Now, front speakers are not the only thing to consider when setting up your front stage. There are also mounting points and time alignment and left and right EQing. Again, that will be a separate video on its own. Good front staging is just that. It gives you the illusion that you're sitting front and center at a stage where the artist is performing right in front of you. Now, this can be tricky to set up, but when done properly, the results can be amazing. So start with step 1 when it comes to front staging and spend some money on a good set of front speakers for your staging. Okay, those are my top 6 things to keep in mind when building your car audio system. Simple, but effective. Okay, to summarize, number 1, it all starts at the source. Number 2, more power, more better. Number 3, what do you listen to? Number 4, deaden those doors. Number 5, say no to CCA. And number 6, spend money on your front stage. Now let's open it up. What other things do you guys find important when building your car audio system? Now drop them in the comments section below. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and make sure to subscribe to this channel where we cover all things aftermarket in the automotive world. Okay, again, my name is Josh. I'm with Breaker Stereo and Performance. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.